I say it again.
How long you been in prison?
Going on in December will be 26 years.
26.
Yeah. In December the 13th to be 26 years.
What's it been like?
I mean, I've been making it work. I mean, by the grace of God, I've just been holding on. That's it. Especially, knowing you're there for something you didn't do. So that's the hard part of it. But knowing that one day the truth gonna come out. So that's all I could depend on. That's what's been holding me, helping me get through it. So, I mean, but besides that, I mean, I guess just my family support, people that been believing in me and been knowing. They knew the situation the whole time, and being strong for my mother, because she done had like 5 strokes, and the doctor told her the next stroke she have, she won't make it. So, and I know she need me to be strong. So, and so we both been feeding off each other. And then I got a fiance that's been there with me, been fighting with me. So, I mean, I guess that's all I had to depend on. That's what's been helping me. But besides that is I mean, me knowing that I'm being held against my will, it's been the hardest thing, And everything finally came out. It's just now I done had 3 different bond hearings, and they ain't had a chance to make it to neither one. After they admitted, that I ain't done nothing. It's crazy, and I guess that's the hardest part of it right now, depending and believing in a system that's supposed to work for those that's innocent. Is what's hard for me, but I mean it didn't teach me how to hate or be against nobody. It just teach me to be stronger, and the love. So, but I'm good. I'm just hoping that all this come to an end, because it's getting ridiculous. It's just getting carried away. People that I believe that's for justice, for the right thing. So I mean that's just the hardest part of what I'm going through right now. That's what's coming in.
The district attorney, the judge, your attorney,
right,
even the prosecutor that prosecuted,
right.
They all agree you didn't shoot those people.
Right. And the crazy thing about it, when I went to trial, I mean, everything came out then. The truth, the only testimony that was given that was truthful was the dude named Edric Davis. He dead now, but he told the truth about everything. And then what they discovered, all the evidence, it adds up to what he said, which is something they knew then. But like I say, it's crazy when you get caught up in the political side of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my life was. They want a conviction so bad, and sometimes they go by the wrong way getting it. And I'm a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just wish that the people that we put in office are the ones that vote for these people. I wish they would just do what they tell them they're gonna do. Just do right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it hurt me because my kids, I got a son that I ain't never touched, never held. And he by my side, but I mean, it's sad. We don't have no, and it's hurting him more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew the truth, growing up, he knew I was innocent. So it's just, I mean, it's a fight, man, that I'm willing to, to keep fighting.
Tell me what happened that night.
As far as the crime wise,
Just walk me through that night.
Okay. Well, actually, a friend of mine had asked me to go with him, and I knew he was going to make a drug deal. I knew that. So when I went over there with him to make a drug deal, some more Hispanic dudes that he's making a deal with, but another car of Hispanic dudes pulled up that didn't have nothing to do with the deal. So when the car with the Hispanic dudes pulled up, another dude that we know, he thinking they finna try to rob us because these dudes, they do drug deals with each other. They known for doing this. Well, he come off and around the restroom with a gun shooting. So while he's shooting, I stop him from shooting because ain't nobody pulling no weapons. So I run up on him and put the gun down and ask him, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And this is what the witness said they seen. So I stopped him from shooting. Well, anyway, everybody scattered and started running. So now I don't have no car to leave in because everybody in their cars leave. So I run towards the tracks and he runs towards the tracks with me, with the only two dudes on feet. So he put the gun over there inside the ditch where the railroad tracks is, and we run through the neighborhood. Well, then when my friend that got hit with a pellet, well, he didn't get hit with a pellet, he got hit with glass, shot of glass. And when he got hit with the weapon, with the glass from the weapon, his grandmother called me. And when she called me, she told me that he was shot. So my heart went to, I'm thinking one of the Hispanic dudes shot him because he was in the car with them. So we went back up to Morningside. We're actually going to the grocery store where he called from. And as we were going, the police had the car pulled over and the ambulance and everything. And his brother then was in the other car, up there to get him. Well, anyway, we pulled over there and they seen me. And immediately, because I had cornrows in my head, I was a suspect. So they took me back to the crime scene with these same Hispanic people to see if they recognized me. And then none of them recognized me. But yet they still took me to jail. They took me to jail, booked me in, I get out or whatever. And basically that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And the dude that actually was the shooter, that did the shooting, he never got out the car. See what I'm saying? I got out the car because I know I haven't done anything. I went over there to check on my friend. He was in the ambulance. You see what I'm saying? And that's how everything happened. They took me back, arrested me, but the one that got hit with the pellet, from the glass, he told him who the shooter was, which was the other dude. He told him everything. But since he didn't get out the car, they didn't, the police never seen him or whatever. But I got out the car to check on my friend because I thought he was dead or whatever. Got hurt. Andrew Davis. He the one got arrested. And then what's crazy about it, when they take him to the hospital to stitch him up, because he got cut up real bad, he gave a statement to the police officers because he was under arrest. Now this the dude made the drug deal. He was under arrest. But when he gave a statement to the police officer, he left the hospital. And now we don't even know what a statement is. Don't nobody know. That's crazy. They say they got it on records that it was a statement given, but can't nobody find it. My lawyer, the lawyer that the district attorney office, the judge appointed to me, he the one revealed it to me. I never knew this. This just recently before we hired Mark, the new attorney. He revealed it. He said, well, they got a statement on the police report that Andrew Davis gave to the police at the hospital, but they can't find it.
Andrew Davis, he testified in your trial?
And he's the same one testified in my trial.
What did he say in your trial?
He told him in my trial that I wasn't the shooter, and he told him the whole story, who the shooter was. He told him the shooter was Benny Lemons. He gave him the whole name of everything. Instead of them arresting this dude or going to get him, they never done none of that because they were so focused on sending me to prison.
Did he actually say Benny Lemons?
He said Benny Lemons. It's all in my transcript. It's all in black and white. He told him exactly what happened.
Why do you think they didn't look into it?
Well, I'm gonna say this. The DA tried to play a game with us. She said, well, he a friend. Since he your friend, he'll lie for you. That's the first thing she said. She convinced the jury of saying, well, he your friend. Since he your friend, we don't believe him, no way he'll lie for you. But now, the same testimony he gave in trial is what they going off now.
So when Benny Lemons started trying to shoot people, try to stop?
I stopped him. If I don't stop him from shooting that gun, he probably would have shot me too. I was in front of him. I was over there, I was standing over there where Andrew Davis was standing. I was standing over there by him and Hispanic people. He come off around the restroom this way shooting the gun. And as he's shooting the gun, I stopped him. I walked up on him and stopped him. One witness testified to that. But since I didn't testify in trial about that, because my lawyer told me not to say nothing, just to be quiet. My lawyer tell me this. So since I don't testify that's why they messing with me. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They saying I did it because I didn't tell them what happened. You know.
Why are you serving a license? And the judge, everybody says you didn't do it, so why are you still here?
Well, see, this is the thing. In my trial, I was winning my whole trial up until this one point. R.E. Thornton, the judge, allowed the district attorney to do something that he said that he wasn't going to let them do right before they done it. Herman Young is an expert game witness. Okay, my lawyer told the judge, he said, Judge, before the state bring this witness on, can you please make sure ain't no extremeness offenses talked about? Because my case don't have nothing to do with gangs. Okay, the judge said, okay, cool. They agreed to that, the DA and the state and my lawyer. Well, as soon as the DA bring the witness on, he testified and tried that my teardrops meant that I killed two rival gang members. Something I've never been on trial for. Something I've never been charged with. Something I ain't never done. But he testified in trial and told his jury that my teardrops, he know for a fact that my teardrops meant that I previously killed two rival gang members. And that's crazy. In the jury, right there, my trial went sour. I'm a murderer now. So that's the way they look at it. The teardrops are for dead friends that leave, that lived, that passed away, that you was close to. I lost the best friend, I lost the gang leader. And we put teardrops on our face for the remembrance of them. Some people do them for different reasons, cry now, smile later, they got different terms of it or whatever. But for him to say it, murder, I killed somebody, and then I put teardrops on my face, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's unheard of. Nobody do that. That's crazy.
So when Governor Abbott
rejected
your commutation,
I don't understand that either. Everybody in his party that was with him, from everybody within the parole board system, all these people recommended it, and it get to him, and he denied. That's crazy. I mean. It's just to show you how far apart these people is, man. They far apart. I thought that being that they all granted it, and one dude, Frank, he a part of the Clemson department. It hurt him so bad. I mean, my girl told me she could hear it in his voice. He was turning up, that they denied it, and he one of the ones that voted for it too. It's just crazy. I mean. After you saying, and then this what get me, she did all of this, Sean Wilson, the DA, you did all this up to this point, but why are you still holding me? It's crazy.
You could spend the rest of let me start that over. You could spend the rest of your life in prison for something that everybody agrees you didn't do.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I never understand that. Never. I mean, it's kind of like, you telling me that we don't care if you innocent or not. It don't matter to us. We just want you locked up. I mean, and I can't do nobody like that.
You think it'd be the same if your skin color was the same as mine?
I'm gonna say this, sir. This is what I believe. I came up in a time in this city when gangs was bad. And the strike that I believe that when she was a DA, everybody that gang member, everybody from drug dealer, whatever you did, whatever crime, whatever, would always try to remove their cases from her court. Nobody would want to go to it because if you had a certain address, from what I used to hear from other people, you had a certain address if you was from the south side of Fort Worth. She looked at you different. And I'm hearing it from so many different people because I was dealing with the county at the time, the county, and they started trying to get the case moved from our court. And I would say this, I believe that play a major part of it. My skin color, I do, and then I believe it just bias just this city. You don't have a chance with these people, man. I mean, if they don't want to admit they wrong, they just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And regardless if I have to suffer or not, I have to go through it or whatever, they just don't want to admit they wrong. You know, I feel like I did everything that I was supposed to do. And now it's on them, and they don't want to do it, you know.
In 1995, I mean, you weren't saying.
Nah.
You were gangbanging.
Yeah, I was young, 19 years old.
But you were a gang member. I mean,
Right,
what
right.
gang did you belong to back then?
5 Deuce Hoover Crips.
Was everybody in your neighborhood a gang?
Yeah, my neighborhood was pro gang related. It wasn't. I wouldn't say every individual, but it was pretty much pro gang related, right?
You be the same person you were at 19
Oh
years?
no! I done left all that behind me. I'm a very strong, deeply God-fearing man. I truly believe in His call and His purpose on my life. I'm on a whole nother level. That was childish. It was just when I thought like a kid, didn't know no better. You know, I got caught up with the wrong people and made the wrong choices. But now, you know, 44 years, you know, of age, finna be 45 this month. I'm on a whole nother level. You know, I don't think like that no more.
So if you do get bond and you get out, then the Court of Appeals rejects writ.
Right.
How hard would it be if you get out, then you have to go back to?
Well, the thing about that, I feel like in so many different ways I could help myself from the other side, you know, with my legal work, because there's a lot of things that's in this case that they didn't expose to my attorney. It could be, you know, it's a lot of things they didn't expose to other people. I have so much bad stuff in this case. My indictment, I got a rubber stamped indictment. My indictment ain't no good. It's just a whole lot, double jeopardy. I mean, I got a lot of stuff in this case that haven't been put out there yet, you know, or whatever. And I know I could help myself a lot better. And I believe she know that. And that's why I think they doing what they doing to me, to prevent me from going home, you know, from helping myself. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
What do you want to do when you get out?
Oh, well, I'm into the motivational speaking. I'm basically, I want to get out and get the little gang members away from all that. You know, encourage them to show them it's a better way. You know, they ain't got to do all that. You know, it's propaganda. Don't believe the hype. You know, get away from all that drama. So, you know, where I'm at, I'm a ministry fellow. You know, I'm big into the ministry now. You know, that's where I'm at.
Anything you'd say to Governor Abbott?
If I could talk to him right now, I would ask him why. I mean, why would you do me like that? Why would you do anybody like that? And you're supposed to be the leader of this state. Why would you do us like that? I mean, the woman asked you to help her because I ain't done nothing. I mean, and you would turn me down and just leave me away. It just tells me a lot about him. You know, you know the kind of person, you know, you are when it comes to humans' life. You know, I mean, I want to be with my family like you would is. You know, I didn't put myself here. I mean, I'm here for something I didn't do. So, I mean, it's just what it is.
Again, everybody agrees you didn't shoot him.
Yeah, that's
You were
crazy.
convicted as being a shooter.
I was convicted as being, I went to trial for being the shooter. If the jury would have heard anything different, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be here. I mean, when you hear I'm the shooter, anybody want to get rid of the shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Why should people care about you? Why should people care about Walter Roy?
I mean, I think the reason why that's an important thing when we claim to be people that love and people that care about people. I think the first thing should come to all of our mind. If we can help each other, let's do it. Especially if we're in the right. You know, I mean, I wouldn't encourage nobody to promote violence, to get behind people that just don't want to do right. I would never promote that. But if you're a person that you say and you stand for righteousness or you're positive, I believe that I mean you should care. It should matter to you.
Danny Lemons, he got shot and killed too. So
Yeah, yes ma'am.
Later on.
Right. Yeah, he died later on. I mean, it's kind of like See, he was in the process when I was up in him. My attorney, if my attorney would have been so supportive of me, he would have signed the papers then, Benny Lemons, because he was gonna sign the papers. He was in the world. I was in contact with him, and he admitted, you know, that he knew he was wrong and all that, but he just was scared to go do time. And like I told him, I said, man, these people don't care nothing about you. You see how they're going to the extreme and doing everything they're doing to get me. I say, so, I mean, you can get probation or whatever, but it's your charge. So a lot of people was upset with him, you know, from the streets after a lot of games because they knew the situation. Right, yeah, because he let me go for something I didn't do. And anyway, he was in the process with his lawyer, them getting it done, but my trial came up. Even though I was up for two and a half years before I went to trial, my trial that came up during the time, he was finna, you know, sign do affidavits. And they ran me on through trial. But had they would have just picked him up or just went and used him or took him under investigation, he would have told them then. They wouldn't even do that. So, you know, it was just, yeah, he passed away from something totally different. I mean, I guess you just say that's just as how it is. I mean, it pays for us to do the right thing, you know. That's what I believe.
That night, were you going to be a part of the no deal, or you just went with him?
No, actually what happened was I went over to his house, they was barbecuing, and me and his grandmother's I'm cool with his whole family. And I was at his grandmother's house. And I went over there and she asked me to go to the store for her. So in the process of her asking me, he asked me to go with him so he could, you know, take her his business, right? You know, him and Hispanic people, they've been knowing each other. They both.
He just buy marijuana?
Huh?
Buy marijuana?
No, he trading drugs. He giving them marijuana, they giving him, you know, I mean, he giving them drugs, they giving them marijuana. Ain't nobody buying nothing, they trading.
The trade.
Okay, that's what they doing, they trade. So anyway, in the process of them doing that, he asked me to go over there with him. So I go over there with him to do that. And that's how I got caught up in all that. You know
Why
what I'm
do you think
saying?
he opened fire?
Huh?
Why do you think he shot?
Well, the people was getting out the BMW. Okay, look, the deal is supposed to be between him, this dude, Benjamin Roberts, and the dude that bring the drugs, this other dude. And he the one brought it. So it's two cars, brother. So they finna do their business. Okay? Another BMW pulled up with a bunch of Hispanic people in it. So it make anybody, when you're doing drug deals or doing anything, you'll become lyric when you didn't tell me that these people coming. Where they coming from? See what I'm saying? So when they pull up, he just got paranoid, you know what I'm saying, and just come off around and, you know, shooting at him, you know what I'm saying, just shooting the gun. But the crazy part about it, the only person got hurt was Edric Davis. You see what I'm saying? And if you notice, why they didn't charge me for shooting him if I was the shooter? That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? You could have charged, if you were so concerned about people getting hurt by this weapon, he got hurt by the weapon. That's crazy. It's just, you know, but they didn't charge me because he told the truth. They knew he was going to tell the truth. So I didn't shoot him, you know, so. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I told Mark that I wanted to go ahead and get you interviewed while you were in Tarrant County.
Right.
When they have the bond hearing, if you get out,
right.
I'm gonna want to actually interview you like in a setting where you're not wearing a jumpsuit.
Okay.
And I thought, well, you're in a place
right.
where I can get to you
right.
fairly easily that I'd go ahead and come on down and get this done.
Right.
I don't know when this is. I'm trying to see. Well, I want to see what happens with the bond hearing.
Right.
I need to give it a little bit of time. So, is there anything I have not asked you about that I should?
I mean, the main thing I just wanted to get across to you is just so people would know. I mean, my mom is really she's real sick, and me and her we very tight, we're real close, and she was there through the whole process of what I'm going through, and my thing is, I mean, at least do it for her. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, with the state, whatever they got going on. Because I would hate to lose her like my cousin lost his mother. You know, he did 20 years and the month he came home, his mother died 5 days before he got there, and she was with him the whole time. And that's just one of
How old is your mom?
my mom is 63, 64. You know, she young, she had all of us, you know, kind of the young age, me and my 3 sisters. But it's just the strokes, you know, she had 3 strokes at one time. The doctors couldn't believe that she lived through it. You know, it was shocking.
When's the last time you hugged your mom?
Oh, last time probably at a visit and on Hughes unit. It's probably about 8 years.
5 years?
No, about 8.
8.
Yeah, about 8 years. It's, you know, that's the last time I hugged. So, yeah.
So the first thing, what would you do? What would be the first thing you would do when you saw your mom?
I would probably, I told her it's got to be curved. I'd probably squeeze the life out of her. I want to hold her so bad, you know what I'm saying? I love her, you know, that's, she kind of like, you know, a very important person in my life, you know, her, my fiance, you know, and she a team player. She been there for me, you know, and she deserved it, you know what I'm saying? If anybody do, you know, she deserved it, you know. So that's why I stand with her, you know, but I love her.